Kinda looks like you're drawing your back. You know, I try to not bring this up. It's something that bothers Big Ina. I would be talking about something, and out of nowhere, one or two people in the chat will just sidetrack into yabe stuff, and I don't really appreciate that. Are they wrong though? They are, because I'm trying to talk about one thing, and you guys are trying to be like, oh my god, Ina, she's like so yabe, so lewd, oh my goodness. Like, don't. It's very mentally tiring. The reason I gave you guys that tag was because people are posting not safe for work things on the official art tag, and I did not want that to happen as much as possible. Memes created by the community, right? Of course they're fun. You know, they bring good, you know, fun times to chat. That's great. But when it's overdone and you guys keep bringing it up, I don't really know how to deal with it. I'll be honest, because I know that some of you guys like don't tune into every single stream. Some of you guys tune into every single stream, and I'm really thankful that you guys give me, you know, your time of the day. But there really is a time and place for everything, and I hope that some fun memes that the community created don't end up being the norm of what my streams are supposed to be. Yeah. Like, I get the fact that, you know, Tagurachizo, they're so down bad, you know, fourth wow, my goodness. I know you guys enjoy it to some extent. And I don't want to, like, you know, just completely just ban that out of the chat. But I just hope that when I'm trying to talk about one thing and you're trying to derail it, then I can't help but to say, can you stop? It's hard to explain. Like, I've never really said or done a lot of things, I think, that would make my streams yabe. I'll be honest, I don't really like or want my stream to be known for that. It's really not the kind of content that I do. And I think it's quite funny because, like, the thing is, it's exactly like how if someone says to do one thing, you kind of don't want to do that and do the opposite thing. I think it's like human nature. Doing the opposite, or, you know, seeing two very different things contrast each other is what makes things stand out. I gotta be honest, seeing tacos out in the wild, you know, I just like to browse, you know, different communities, see what the tacos are up to, and seeing how kind and well-mannered most of you guys are really makes me feel glad that we have an awesome community. But when, I guess, you know, where there is light, there is shadows. So yeah, just there's a time and place for everything. Don't always try to come into chat and just throw out random memes you saw about Ina's back or fourth wa, or, you know, anything else. That's why I always go, like, you know, when you're new in the chat, I guess, or, you know, you don't know what to chat about, just, like, kind of read the room. As in, just, like, hang out, see what other people are saying, etc. And just be like, oh, I guess this is the kind of place it is, you know? It's a sad thing that you didn't say these yourself. Well, that's the thing, right? I don't want to be so, do this, do that of chat. I've said similar things before where, you know, if you don't know what to say or how to participate, just lurk in the chat a bit and see how back and forth goes between me and chat. Then again, you know, I can't just say something here and everyone in the world will all of a sudden be like, oh yes, Ina, that is right, we shall follow it. Because there's always people who are like, I do what I want. So I can't really help that. And the thing is, right, not everyone, you know, who creates content or who draws fan art, etc., watches my streams. That's just the truth. Not everyone tunes into every single stream. Not everyone knows how things are done here. So part of the community or people that this might be, I guess, directed towards might not even hear this. But, you know, it's good to get it out there. It's like, at the same time, right? Like, I just don't like conflict, no matter what it is. It just takes so much energy out of everyone. even if I see this and let's say like one of you guys finds someone who's not following the rules and you guys go and tell them, do this, this is what she wants. But that time that you guys take to do that, I don't know if I should be like, just let them be or tell them. It's a hard thing to decide on because for me, my personal beliefs as seeing, you know, conflict and stuff is try and not waste my time on trying to change people because you can't really change people by telling them stuff. And I think it's just from my past experiences where the amount of times you get frustrated, you spend so much energy and your mental strength to try and get someone to listen to you. It's just so much negativity that builds up in you because you know that person won't do what you say or the right thing. Especially on the internet, I feel like as much as it is easier to connect with other people, it's harder to reach out to them and, you know, try to change things that they're doing. When it comes to things on the internet, it's just easier for yourself if you're just like, oh, that's just how they do things. And you can definitely use, you know, the time and energy you spend trying to convince or, you know, tell someone that they're doing this and that wrong. Use that to do something else that you'll find more rewarding. And you'll find that, you know, your everyday isn't as like frustrating and tiring dealing with people. It's like you can mention it, but like just don't overstress it. And at the end of the day, you gotta care for yourself first. Sorry, I went on a rant. I was in the middle of drawing. I mean, that's what that's what Big Ina said to tell you guys. Yeah, I forgot. I'm small Ina. This hat is too high intensity. I gotta go back to... Hold on. I gotta go back to low intensity. I can't sing! But anyways, TLDR. I would appreciate if things can be kept in context and community, memes, etc. to not fully identify as what my stream and I am like. TLDR, keep comfy. I mean, it's just something that can't be helped because we stream many hours and not everyone can stay for the many hours. And a lot of new fans honestly come from watching, you know, short clips of us and memes floating around, etc. And it's just the way it is. I don't blame them. It's just how things work around here. At the end of the day, I just like being here, playing games, chatting, drawing. That's about it. Not that special. Yeah, there isn't much to do about it. I appreciate it when you guys stand up for me, but at the same time, when you guys fight back to keep things in order, it creates, I guess, not a fun place for anyone. Just be like me, you know? Just ignore and let it flow. And you guys should do that too. And of course, if there's comments and stuff that really step out of line, I take action without, you know, bring it to light because there has been many problems before, but it hasn't been made to come to light as much because I know that once it gets a spotlight, and no matter how much I stop you guys, there will be those who, you know, try to step up for me, and I don't want that to happen. Sometimes bringing it to light is not the best action. That's the reason that, you know, sometimes it feels like I'm not saying anything or doing anything, but don't worry, I am doing whatever it is. Things get out of hand, things are, you know, out of bounds. I just take action behind the scenes so that, you know, we don't get any more traction in those problems. And I am aware. I always look at chat. Don't worry. I know what's going on. And I read YouTube comments. I always do. Read super chats. I do. It's just, I know that in this era, in this community, as soon as I bring up something, that it gets all the attention. So, yeah, you know, you guys, I know you guys are worried about me a lot. But don't worry, I'm more sturdier than you guys think, and I can look after myself when it comes to things like these. So all you gotta do is, you know, tune in to that usual loading screen BGM, do 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 do, and just relax. Bonk, bonk.